I went to undergrad at Texas A&M Corpus Christi. Then I went on to law school at St. Mary's University. And while I was there, Husch Blackwell recruited me through their on-campus interview program and graduated in 2020. So I come from a long line of military family. My father, my father's father, and my great-grandfather all served in the military. I served in the Air Force. I was an ammo troop, and I served from 2000 to 2002. I really enjoy just getting out and doing pro bono programs. I've been a part of the Austin Bar, and the Veterans Legal Assistant Program is something that I've been a part of. I work with Doug Lawrence and Leslie Spatola. I'm a healthcare regulatory attorney, which is interesting because I work a lot with doctors and providers and hospitals. I don't do a lot of the everyday types of law. That's a really nice addition to my practice. I feel like I'm in a solution-based profession, and being able to find answers for people, no matter who they are, is something I love doing. I started working with the Austin Bar about 1.5 years ago. The Veterans Legal Assistance Program is a clinic that they hold at the VA healthcare clinic in downtown Austin. We go down there, meet once a month. Veterans come in. They have a range of issues. I got a notice of summons. Do I have to go to this? Do I have to appear? A lot of what I do is just come in, let them tell me what's going on, and then issue spot for them. Spot those legal issues and kind of guide them. My job isn't to solve their case. My job isn't to even take their case. A lot of the times there's referrals out, and I love the VLAP program because they can connect them with other pro bono services, or you can make referrals to other attorneys who maybe practice in the area in which the veteran has an issue. For a younger lawyer, there might be some intimidation of like, I don't have enough experience or knowledge to go and help anybody. And I think that's totally untrue. It doesn't require a ton of experience. It doesn't require you being at the top of your class. It just requires a little bit of time and knowledge. If you've gone through law school, you've passed the bar exam, you have some skills. You know how to research, you know how to look up law, you know how to do an analysis. You're just issue spotting for them. You're helping guide them. You're just offering counsel. You're not signing anybody up. You're not taking a case. You're not committed to this. For the older lawyers, they may feel like they don't have enough time to do this. I just don't have enough, time in the day. But the clinic has modified times. You can come for an hour. You can come for 2 hours. You can make it much shorter. It starts right around lunchtime. Maybe just take a little bit later lunch. For me, this is an investment of my time, but it's an investment in other people, which helps me be a better lawyer. When I go out and I'm kind of just issue spotting and I'm getting my mind off the craziness of my work. That'll still be there when I'm done an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours later. So I don't mind coming back to it. I like kind of the break, getting away from the office, the hustle and bustle, the crazy projects that I have going on. I can get away, help some people out, do something that's interesting in random areas of law. It gives me some confidence. It helps me take a break and do some other cool stuff in addition to my practice. Now, the people who've done this for a long time, some of the older lawyers who've been there at the clinic for a long time, they're always willing to help out. If you have a question about anything, I'm able to kind of, pick and choose the clients I work with without having to, just be thrown into the fire. Like, here you go, here's a benefits question. I think when you hear VA clinic, the first thing you're thinking of is veteran affairs benefits, whether that be impairment ratings, whether that be disability, whether that be retirement pay. There's specialized attorneys who handle that. There's no need for me to be schooled in VA, or I need to understand, these regulatory aspects of veterans affairs. No, that's not true at all. A lot of times these are just people who have questions like, somebody came and worked on my house and they didn't do the job right. So it's a contract issue. And if you're a litigation attorney, the civil trial process. If somebody has a civil case, you can guide them in that. And again, you're not taking their case. You could potentially take their case. There's no restrictions on that, but definitely not a requirement. It's open to all experience levels. It's open to all types of lawyers and all types of practice. Sometimes they don't have a case. And it's the conversation we've got to have too. A lot of what I do is counseling in the form of like just being realistic about the issues and what's going on, and telling them like, this is really not worth pursuing. You really don't have a case. And that's really helpful to them too, even if it's not the answer they want. The VLAP has a very cool case management system where you can look at each of the cases and what their issues are. The VLAP members try to get you connected with a case that kind of falls within your purview. They'll ask you before they assign you the case of whether or not you feel comfortable talking with a client. Then you get the case assigned to you, and then you'll basically listen to what they say. If it sounds like a legitimate case, I may start doing some referrals. There's a list of volunteer services and other pro bono services that you can refer them to. I always let them know whether or not I can take the case. Like, I cannot take this case, but I can guide you through the process. I've had a couple of personal injuries come in there. I have a personal injury friend. I send those on to him. They want to take their case with him. That's what they can do. They have come a long way. When we first were doing this, it was a lot of handwritten notes. The system is really good about tracking your notes, keeping them, saving them, and then you can tell them how you dispose of the case. It's a pretty good system, and it helps manage all the cases that are going on. Really, my time commitment is just the clinic. it's really limited to, my driving out there and spending the afternoon, down at the VA. But it doesn't require me to do a whole lot after. Before I take my next client, I make sure I dispose of the case or the referral right away. It can be hard. You want to help everybody. I want to help everybody. I want to take on their cases and fight for justice, because that's why I became a lawyer. I wanted to help people, but my time and my abilities are limited. So I can't take everything. I have to pass it on. And so one of the best things I can do is just have a really great list, and VLAP provides these things for you. Have a great list of people to refer out to. And that's a lot of what I'm doing, is just spotting their issue and referring them to somebody who can help them. Or, conversely, like recognizing that their issues are, it's a really tough story, and I'm really sorry that this happened to you, but at the end of the day, you really don't have a case. And it's okay to just let them know too, like, I can only share so much experience. I don't have great knowledge in this area. I'm going to tell you my best thoughts on this, and then you really need to talk to an expert who works in this area and can help you. As long as I think you're just open and honest with them about the limitations of your knowledge and your expertise, you don't have to worry about running afoul of the ethics rules. And mostly because you're also not taking them on as a case. We need more volunteers, because there's a lot of people who do have questions, but it's hard to see all of them in the short amount of time that we have. My firm is one of those firms too that offers billable equivalent for pro bono. I can give up my afternoon and not lose a lot of my metrics. So when I have an afternoon to give, I always try to give it. I'm very grateful to Husch Blackwell for that. They have a robust pro bono program. They encourage associates. They even encourage the summer associates to participate. And I'm really grateful for that. So I just want to say thank you to the Veterans Legal Assistance Program, Husch Blackwell, and the Austin Bar Association for allowing me to be a part of this program, and for all the services they provide to the community.